What up, YouTube? It's your boy Jermaine back with another video, and we got a walking tour video here, and we are going to do some walking around SoMa. So this is Howard Street, and this next cross street up ahead is 7th. So this is like Howard and 7th. And I like Howard Street. Howard Street has a bike lane. And it's pretty nice to take a street with a bike lane. You don't have to worry about the cars as much. But one thing I must say about this street that's very like pointless, like right over here, there's like an old folks home, and there's like a little crosswalk, right? So like a car can like stop here, and there's like a crosswalk. And there's the bike lane. But after they made all these bike lanes, I still see the van literally pull into the bike lane, so it'll pull up to the curb and then pick the people up. And it's like, why do you go through the whole hassle of making all these bike lanes when you still driving them, you know? But for the most part, I don't see many cars taking the bike lane. I'm just gonna keep it real. I just don't see many cars. I see a lot of like some of the city cars every now and then. But yeah, it's always annoying when you're cruising on this street and there's like a truck like getting over into the bike lane, and they look pissed at you because they're like, hurry up. And it's like, yo, this is the bike lane here. What you tripping for? So anyway, we got I wonder what was this over there. Whatever this was. Looks abandoned. Now here we are approaching, oh, what do you get this business over here? So I've got some graffiti on the outside. Getting up to 7th Street. And for the most part, Howard, it's all right. It's not too sketch. You know, if you take if you're going down Mission, once you get close to like 7th and Mission, it can be pretty rough. And also 6th and Mission, those intersections can be pretty rough. But at least up here at Howard and 7th, it's got a little distance for all the, you know, for the people to come down. So it's a little bit different down here. I love this old school classic building across the street here. And we got 7th Street here. It's a pretty quiet afternoon. Howard Street is not known as like the busiest street in the city. We have Howard, which is a one-way, and all the traffic is going away from the Embarcadero. And there is, I want to say there's more traffic going down Folsom, because Folsom goes the other way. Yeah, look at that old school building over here across the street. I don't know if that's 50s or 60s. My guess is it's like 40s or 50s. It's kind of like lopsided on the bottom. And this one's kind of looks like that same era. Old school buildings. And here we have one of few shops here in SoMa, and I'm pretty sure their hours are not very long. Like they're probably limited, because I never hardly ever see that place open. Also down here, this is a neighborhood. You see that someone has a bike locked up there. This is a neighborhood you really want to watch bikes and stuff like that, because I see a lot of crime in this neighborhood, like people stealing bikes and stuff. So you kind of really want to watch out for SoMa. Look at this old school building. See, back in the day, they used to have all these little squares up there, you know, for the windows. And today it's just like one one massive piece of glass, you know. But I forget what era that was. That was a big era back in the day. And then they went from that, and then years later they went to this style, the smaller style windows. And today in the 2000s, instead of using the two smaller windows, it would just be one full window. It's kind of interesting how construction changes over time, you know. And then they always redo it and repeat it, you know. I don't know if they're ever gonna repeat that though. That looks pretty old school. Look at this building over here. It's all graffitied up. It used to be a thing where like you would have to get the graffiti off your building like pretty soon. But now I don't even see that being a thing. I see graffiti on buildings all the time. It used to didn't be that way. It used to be like someone graffitis their building at 4 a.m. The people from the building would have it painted over by like 7 a.m. by like 8 a.m. Like they used to be really fast about it. And that's why you never really saw any tagging around the city, unless it was like artwork like this. Like this is artwork here. That's actually a beautiful piece. Trying to grow a plant, right? It looks like in the middle of a toxic place. Kind of describes this neighborhood, you know, as a young kid growing up. You know, this could be a very toxic place, you know, a lot of homelessness, a lot of drugs. This is 6th Street. Now, it's not as bad on this part of 6th Street. When we get up to 6th and Mission, it's a whole different story. But the subway's still here. Whoa, tripping. We can go look at this building here. I think this is like about 20 years old. This is the 2000s. They had the whole different setup back then, you know. They're like, oh, we're gonna do these style windows, and then look at this. I want to say this is like 70s or 80s. SoMa has a lot of buildings like this. I think that was like, I think it was like 70s or 80s era. If anyone knows like more about like the architect, let me know, because I like the style of buildings down here. Look at that one, that old school building with the it's kind of like a Victorian on the top with the bay windows. Wow, I wonder how long will it be before this is a building. And I wonder what's going on here. Looks like they've gutted the back of the building, but they left the front up. Usually when they do that, they just build another building behind and they use this front, you know? Looks like that's what they're doing. Oh wow, check it out. Yeah, they've completely gutted it. They're gonna build a building behind it. I can tell it won't be that tall of a building because the basement's not that deep, and I don't see any cranes around here. So it'll probably be like a 3-story building, 2-story building. Oh, off to the right, I just noticed this a couple days ago. But they had already had this lot cleared off. This here is 5th and Howard. They already had this lot right here cleared off. And they added the crane just recently. This is 5th Street, but what we're gonna do, we're gonna take a little detour. Because they just finished this area. They just opened all of this up. And that looks like a really, really cool lobby inside. This is like the M5 project. I can kind of show you a little bit once we get farther away, because we're right at the base of the building. This, I guess it's 415 Natoma. Maybe this is the name of it. So this is Natoma Street here. I guess they're naming this, or maybe this side of the building. It's being named after Natoma Street, and it's not being named after Howard Street. Wow, look at this corner here. Oh, that's a big one. And that's a really cool bar. Very, 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 very local bar here. I used to see a lot of people in the daytime, you know, in the afternoon, back in the day before the pandemic. Go here all the time. And I'm pretty sure this place is gonna be even better once this park opens. This is gonna be a park, if I'm not mistaken. Hasn't exactly opened yet, but they're getting close. This is another, this building went up the same time that they started construction on this building here. And then now they have another one across the street that they're gonna build. So they're just making this area look all nice and fancy. Oh, I wonder, will this be like a courtyard you can like walk straight through? Looks like it will be. Looks like when they're finished with this, you're gonna be able to walk straight through here. And who knows, maybe this will be a building someday. But yeah, it's gonna be a playground here. Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome, look at this one. This will be a really cool place to live because you're not on Market Street, right? You're a couple streets down from Market, but you're still like close to Market. You're farther down, you know? The cool one thing about living Upper Market, like 10th Street, it's all right because you're close to Market. But if you come down here, if you live at 5th and Market, I mean, come on, that would be super dope. But like no one really lives at 5th and Market. But to live at like, you know, 5th and Howard is not bad either, you know? And you get I bet you get some pretty nice views from this angle up above. So let's go across over here. I think this is Intercontinental Hotel. It's another big building. They pretty much built this building on this is not a full block, but it's like a little mini block. And before they built this building, it was nothing here except for this building. They managed to leave this one here. This is like our old school building. They managed to leave it here. It is a beautiful, quiet afternoon. It's not too cold. It was a bit colder earlier. There is a There's a person in there. It looks like they figured out how to get in there. Oh, we just passed. Did we pass the green door? No, we didn't. The green door is up ahead. Oh, it's the thing with the green necks. Whenever the president stays here, he always stays here. It's a very, very popular place where the president stays. Now, the current person that's sitting in the White House hasn't come to the city. The last president, I don't think he ever, came to the city. The prior president, Barack Obama, he came to the city once. I think twice he came to SF. And holy shit, traffic is horrible whenever the president comes. But that's any place that the president goes, Traffic's gonna be bad. And then here's the green door. So for y'all people that are into, the 420, this is a really, really good place. A really good place. They used to have this lounge upstairs. This really, really, really big lounge. It could hold, it could probably hold like 30, 40, 50 people, I don't know what their limit is, and I'm pretty sure that they probably reduced the limit since COVID. And yeah, it was they used to have, I don't know if it's still there, but I remember before the pandemic, I would definitely go there and, take the skateboard and charge it, and a really, really cool place. So yeah, it's something that you might want to check out. Now over here we got the Moscone Center, well, part of it. It's just the east part of the Moscone Center. Across the street is pretty much the rest of it. And there's some on this side and that side. It's all over. But yeah, there's Moscone West. This was a homeless shelter for some time. I don't know if it still is. I don't see anyone or anything inside. But back when it was a homeless shelter, they had some stuff in there, kind of like tables and stuff like that. And they had these wooden cubicle looking things. Oh, this is Oasis restaurant. They have really, really good falafels, but they have never opened back up since the pandemic started. Now they haven't opened up this location. They have a few more locations in the city. The one on Drum Street, it was always open, but they just opened up the other one on Market 3rd or something. It's nice to hear that they're not going out of business, because so many places have just vanished. So here we are at 4th and Howard. This is the backside of Target. It's in the Metreon. I always forget about that this place is the Metreon. I always just call it Target, but it's actually just more than Target. There's like a movie theater there. There's restaurants. There's not that many shops. It's more like a food court in there, and I think it's a food court more for the Moscone Center. So whenever they have events here, there's just so many people in this area that the Moscone Center is perfect for them to go in. There's this a couple different restaurants. There's a sitting area, there's a dining area. So during events and stuff at the Moscone Center, you kind of see this whole neighborhood change up quite a bit. We're gonna go walk around up top here. We'll go up and then we'll walk across, and I'll show you guys. We'll go walk around the Moscone Center area for a little bit, which is kind of cool. Now, for the longest, I didn't know you could even come up here, and I think when I got my electric skateboard, I discovered it. I'm gonna wipe the lens off of the camera. I don't know if that made it better. Let me see. I'll do it again. Okay, cool. So I have no idea what that thing is, but this is a children's museum up ahead. This is probably something, some sort of as exhibit inside the museum, I would imagine. There's like a theater and everything. Let's see. This place is always like, it's always quiet like this. Oh wow, it's like the most amount of people I've ever seen here. I brought my electric skateboard here and figured out how to ride it up here, because I didn't really have any other place to go to test it out. Oh, this is the walkway. For some reason, I thought that was the walkway. Let's just go explore this. I've never really been around here. Oh, wow. It's like a proper playground, like in the middle of freaking SoMa. Wow, I've never been here before. It is for real the proper playground. I forget how much like interior space is in here, because on the back side this is Folsom Street. When you're on Folsom Street, you just see this side of the building, you see the other side, and it's somewhat on a hill. So you would just kind of think that all of this is just a big building, you know, but it's actually not all a big building. It's a lot of courtyard in here. I wonder what is over here in this corner. I see people going this way. Maybe you can exit the other street this way. Oh, I know where this is. So this here is 3rd Street. We're in between Folsom Street and we're in between Mission. So this is like the backside of the Moscone Center. I don't know if this person freaked out because I'm standing here recording, but they left. So yeah, we're gonna go this other way because I want to go across the street actually. So quiet. So quiet, y'all. What a beautiful day. Oh wow, so here's that bridge. This is the top area. So this takes us away from the bay. So if we continue going this way, we'll get to like all the city, and this right here will take us downtown into the bay. It's only a few blocks until you hit Embarcadero, but if you keep going this way, you would just keep going a lot farther than if you go this way, if that made any sense. It's actually very nice to see people out, because I've been here at times where like you don't see a soul, and it's nice to see people out. Well, I want to say today is a nice day. Well, it's just not like it's okay. I mean, it's wintertime for crying out loud. That alleyway we were just in is directly behind this building. Where are we? Joyride Pizza. Oh wow, check this out. They got a vegan one. I have to come back by and try this one out. Oh, they got a bunch of vegan pieces. That's like half of their menu. I'm gonna have to check that out. Let's take a photo. No, we'll be back. We got somewhat of a view. I wonder what's down here. It's probably part of the building, of course. Oh, look at that old church just straight across. The waterfall sounds great. It actually doesn't sound good. I really have to pee. Stop shaking the camera. Like I'm wobbling. Like punishment right now. I have to pee so bad, and hearing this is just pushing all of my buttons. Ooh, electrical plugs. I doubt those would work. Probably have them turned off. Have to take us under the fountain. So this is the bottom portion of the park. Over here, this is Mission Street. If you've never been here and you're kind of lost and confused, there is this somewhat of a mini stage here. You know, every now and then they'll have like they have events here. They may have like some sort of event, and they may have like tables and chairs out. It's very rare. You don't really see too many events going on in this park. These are some beautiful trees right here. Yo, those are beautiful trees, yo. My feet are gonna get so wet. Oh yeah, we gotta get to the waterfall. Okay, so you can take your pick this way or that way. I'm gonna go this way so we can make a loop. Oh yeah, they let you walk over here. I got a dream, or I have a dream. It's actually, the water is blowing in my face. Wow, it's getting windy out here now. And up ahead we have SFMOMA. This is like a modern arts museum. I've never been here actually. I should probably check it out. I see lots of people going here. I used to hang out over here before the pandemic. I would go up here and sit down and like just kind of like hang out. But I don't usually go there anymore. Like they have it all closed off. Like they have like a fence around it now. I guess they don't want people to go there anymore. I would always see people going there to smoke at this park. And this was before the pandemic. I would go to this park all the time. I would always see people smoking there, and it would always be techie people. It was not usually homeless people, because they have a really good camera system over there, so they run people off pretty fast. But I remember it being lots of tech workers, you know. People would always go smoke over there, and it wasn't like it was more like a very discreet, like, you know, oh, I'm gonna hit my pipe once or twice and then put it away, like, because you couldn't really smoke there, because they would you couldn't really smoke there because the security would like literally come out like so fast, yo. Super strict. We're gonna go since there is no cars coming. There's lots of people waiting at that light. So I'm gonna wrap this one up, guys, because I actually have something I gotta do. So I'll wrap this one up. I'm almost there. I'll see you guys later. Thanks a lot for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, and peace out, yo.